All right, John, so you come over here as a respected veteran to come into this dressing room, this locker room. What was it about the Sharks that made it the right fit for you?
No, I think just the opportunity to come play. I haven't played much games over the last 2 years, so I'm super excited. I remember coming in the league. Shark Tank was one of the hardest rinks to come in and play. They obviously had a really good team at that time. It's been a little bit of a rebuild, but I think that rebuild is kind of settling in a little bit now. They got some really good young players. So I'm super excited. I think if things go well, I'll have a good role, play a decent amount of minutes, and I can be a little bit of a leader figure as well, hopefully.
Yeah, in your introductory press conference, you talked about how you feel like this group is maybe past the really bottom rebuild where it takes. What convinced you that this group is kind of ready to take that next step?
Yeah, it's the group that's still going to develop, obviously. But I think just if you look at the lineup, you have Celebrini, Smith, Eklund, Misa, and a lot of other guys too. So I think it's a really good group up front, which is really exciting. To win games, you need to score goals. And, I'm super excited. There's a lot of talent, and the most impressive thing so far for 2 weeks here before the camp is how everyone is eager to work on their game as well. A lot of guys are out on the ice working on their game, so I'm super excited.
I read something, and correct me if I'm wrong, did Patrick Kane, the same doctor, do your hip as well? Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about your hip, and just kind of, like you said, you haven't played a whole lot of games, you just feel like healthy and ready to get after it?
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Absolutely. You put two metal things in your hip, it's going to be a little bit different. So it's still a little bit of a learning process, and I did both at the same time. So they kind of both have to get used to the new normal. But at the same time, there's no pain anymore in the joint. It's just a lot of maintenance that I need to keep doing to feel good every day.
Everyone talks about when you have an injury, it's like, oh yeah, you'll progress, you'll get there. What's the hardest part about rehab?
Patience.
Yeah.
It's the patience, because you expect yourself to feel at a certain level, but you don't always do. And even if you're not injured, you're going through slumps like that as well. So you just have to be professional and good enough to know that you're not always going to feel at 100%, but it's important that you do all the things that make you feel as best as you can before a game or whatever.
Are you comfortable with the role that Mike Greer and Ryan Warsofsky's kind of talked to you about what they want to bring here to this group?
Yeah, and I also feel like I know a lot of that myself as well. So there is no weird there.
Yeah, and you were all rookie. We're when it pertains to Macklin and Will. You were an all rookie player, then you became an all-star. What's the hardest thing to make that jump as you become a guy that was fairly unknown and now making the jump into an elite player in this league?
That's a good question. I think it just comes with maturity. And like I said, I think if you work on the small stuff every day and stay prepared, you get there. But at the same time, it's very individual, but everyone wants to be the best player in the world, and you have to think that you can be that, and you work towards that, and it will all work out.
I know the Sharks played Edmonton a lot later in the year, but you weren't in the lineup at that point. Did you get to see Macklin and Will in the lineup, and did you notice anything about their games when you were scouting or anything like that?
Not a lot. I obviously knew how good they were, but like I said, I didn't really play the game. But if you look at a guy like Celebrini, you can see him flying around the ice, so it's hard not to notice him. But like I said, just from coming here and skating for 2 weeks ahead of camp here now, it's pretty impressive to see.
You've only been here a couple weeks, but Sharks got a new lease from the city. They're going to be here till 2051. What does that show players like yourself, maybe free agency or just as a whole, when the city and the franchise are committed to each other?
Yeah, it's huge. It's big, and obviously, like I said, with the type of guys that they're going to start building around on here as well, it's just going to make a lot of other players want to come in here and play as well.
It's Olympic year, a big thing obviously for NBC and everything goes with it. But what's it mean to you to represent your country when you have?
Yeah, there's a chance to do it now. Kind of like my 2 years when I was probably back in my prime. I hope to think I can get back to that, even if I'm getting older. But I mean, it was just tough to see that we were not allowed to go, and now it's time again. It's just to represent your country, play against the other best players in the world. It's the best on best. It's just probably a lot of fun, I would guess.
You got a few countrymen here too. You guys all kind of rallying together and say, let's put together a good first half. Especially William Eklund also last year probably felt like a guy. 4 nations they probably needed too. Is there some camaraderie in knowing that this is an Olympic year that you guys all want to put your best foot forward?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, and I think if you look at a guy like Eklund, he probably should be on that team. I don't know how the coaches are going to think, but he should for sure be on that discussion part of it.
Who's winning that tournament?
Sweden.
You're a dad, right? And so I'm a dad too. And one thing that I want to talk about is just being a dad. And what did becoming a dad, how did that change you as a hockey player?
I wouldn't say it changed me as a hockey player. I probably would say it changed me more a little bit as a person, a little bit more mature, knowing what means the most in life. Obviously, building a family it's been so much fun, and it's been giving so much back to me and from my wife as well. So no, it's been great. But I think just it was all hockey before, and now when you have a family, you get a little bit more of a perspective and keeping it a little bit lighter.
And I know other guys, when they've come to San Jose, they've talked to other players that are dads, and the thing they talk about is all the things you can do on your off days. What are you kind of looking forward to doing with your family on off days here around the Bay Area?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to do. I mean, it all probably depends how much you want to drive, though. California is pretty big, so off days, I mean, I'm probably most excited with off days is just hanging with the kids. Get some really good time with the kids.
And you know, pre-game skates, we always see the kids out there. What's those moments like for you?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Creates a lot of memories for me, but also for the kids.
One of the theme nights that come up is Next Generation. How did you originally get into hockey?
It's just family.
Just family?
Yeah, everyone in my family played hockey, so it's probably in that.
And who's your hockey goat?
My hockey goat? Growing up, it was Peter Forsberg. I'd probably say him.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.